It's live.
No, I don't need that word right now. That's the video I just did today.
Hold on. Gotta change. There we go.
That was here. Howdy, everybody. I am here.
Hello, hello. Oh, excuse me, bun.
Hola, hola, hola. Hello, hello, hello.
There's a bun at my feet.
Buenos dias. My feeder's in. All that other stuff.
He's moving his boards around.
Huh?
He's moving his boards around.
Well, I gotta be ready for tonight's games. So, here, bun. Here, bun. Well, you knocked Vegas down, did you? Or Azrael did?
I have picked up that Vegas a couple times. I even moved it up higher.
Yeah, well, I'm moving it up.
I don't know why they don't want the Vegas.
Move it up here.
Let me move this out of
There you go.
Hey, Bun. How are you?
Caught on the rug.
How you doing, sweetie?
Don't mind me. Just move it together. There we go.
Show the internet. Say hi, I'm a rabbit. My name's Cinnabon.
I'm not getting that with the camera looking at me. Not doing it.
Welcome.
Right.
Hey, Bun.
What am I drinking? It's I made candy cane.
Candy cane.
I was gonna make me a rooibos chai, but then I saw my
Maple.
my candy cane tea, and so I decided to grab that instead. It's not mimosa.
Come here, Maple.
That wouldn't no one mimosa.
Yeah.
Since
Bring
you've
over to say hi to
done
the
a
internet.
video on games that made you rage, you should do a video on games that made you the happiest.
I thought I did. I thought I did a video on the
Like
Canucks
that you
games
most
that I
enjoyed or
was
something?
most excited about, happy about.
Oh.
I think I've done a video on that.
Any Christmas movies you guys always watch? Yes.
The Shining.
Have a ton.
The Shining, Anna and the Apocalypse is a good Christmas movie. Die Hard's a good Christmas movie. Anything Doctor Who that's a Christmas episode, I qualify that as kind of a movie because the Doctor Who's are long.
Fun.
Like the Snowman. The Snowman is one of my favorite episodes ever.
That one is a fun one. I like a lot of Christmas movies. There's a lot of Christmas movies that the kids and I watch. A lot.
And then the first
Home
episode
Alone,
of the 10th Doctor.
Our kids love Home Alone.
I'm not a big fan of slapstick, so Home Alone doesn't work for me. And I was old when it came out too, so I was never a Home Alone fan. I watched it in the theater. My aunt who's on here took me and saw it at the theater when it came out that first year. I like Macaulay Culkin now more than I liked him back then. Macaulay Culkin, I love
Elf.
Elf's great.
I like the Grinch, just not the newest computer animated one. I just
like the old cartoon.
One of the worst movies ever made.
I like the old cartoon from the 60s.
What are you doing?
Which Home Alone is
you trying to slap me through there?
They're not one of my favorites, but I don't mind the first one. The kids, I forget. They like the first and the second, and I think there's another one they like, but I don't remember. I don't watch the other ones with them.
Hi, how are you? How you doing?
Yeah, Elf is great.
Hi.
I also like Christmas Vacation. Arthur Christmas is one of my favorites. I like a lot of the old ones too.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Yes.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes. Definitely.
Of Mice and Men. 8 Angry Men. 12 Angry Men.
What? Babes in Toyland. That one's fun too.
You trying to get
Holiday
my
Road. I think Hallmark Channel. I don't know that one. A bunch of the Hallmark movies, the Christmas ones, were filmed here in Abbotsford. We see them all the time.
Oh yeah, they're always filming Christmas movies around here.
Miracle on 34th. Which version?
The old black and white.
Yeah,
it has to be the old black and white.
Old black and white version.
The colorized version of it is palatable, but I prefer it in black and white. It's like Christmas Carol, the one I like from the 1930s with Alistair Sim. That is my ultimate Christmas movie. but I only like it in black and white. I do not like it colorized. It doesn't look right.
The best one's the Muppet Christmas Carol. That movie is great.
Every Christmas Eve I used to watch Alistair Sim's The Christmas Carol.
And Pee-wee's Playhouse Christmas. That one's great. It's funny.
Disagree with you on that one.
That was funny. Christmas with the Cranks. I do like that one too. I know Shannon doesn't though.
I'm not a huge fan.
He does not agree with me. The kids and I like that one. We think it's funny. Yeah, I like a lot of Christmas movies. Claymation Rudolph. Yeah, except for Santa's a terrible person.
No. Santa excludes.
I prefer the year without
Santa
a Santa
excludes
Claus.
him until he needs him, and then exploits Rudolph for his own purposes. It's a feel-good story.
Yeah.
And all the other reindeer hate him until they realize, we can use his red nose for something. I assume they went back to picking on him when the movie was done. He goes right back to being at the bottom of the barrel. Like, we don't care about your red nose now. We're all done for the year.
They realized that he was useful. So there you go.
Just that night,
I prefer the year without a Santa Claus with the heat miser and the snow miser.
I know you really like
I like that one. Yeah, that's my favorite of the Claymations. I'm not a big fan of Frosty.
No.
The cartoon one, I never really liked that one.
Frosty's weird. And then the return of Frosty is so abysmal.
I really don't like that one.
It's so bad. Wasn't Jonathan Winters the voice of Frosty for that too?
I only watched it the one time.
And I love Jonathan Winters, but what was he thinking when he accepted that one? Had to have been a paycheck. Hey, kitty.
What would you say is the Star's biggest need right now? And is Ryan Suter still a capable defender?
I don't think Suter's been as bad as some think this year. Dallas's biggest need right now is just consistency. I don't think there's anything wrong with their lineup. I like the forward group, the defense, the goaltending. It's just a matter of finding consistency. They have almost any game, they'll have one bad period of hockey. But again, it's only December, so at least they've got a good record. They're still tracking towards the playoffs.
Oh, this is a sweater, not a sweatshirt.
Yes.
Fun. I have a matching one.
We got this one from Disney, didn't we?
I don't remember. You got them. You got the two of us.
Wouldn't have been from Disney then. I don't think. It might have been.
I think so.
Might have been.
No, because it doesn't have the big Disney tag.
Okay.
Oh, I also really like Inventing Christmas. It's a movie that came out just 3 years ago.
The one about
the writing of the Christmas Carol. I really like that one.
The one with Isaac Newton. When he wrote
Charles
the Christmas,
Dickens,
Isaac Newton wrote the Christmas Carol after the apple hit him in the head. Because apples, apple pie, Christmas. So he went in two different directions. It's called The Divergence.
Anyway,
it was one of those young adult movies.
Should Ovechkin retire?
Well, he has 9.5 million reasons a year not to retire. That's the thing. If you retire, you lose the money, and I think the cap money stays on there. So, no, I don't think Ovechkin's in any position to retire. I think he wants a shot at one more cup. If Washington remains a playoff team this year, I think he probably sticks around for at least one more year.
Oh, the Santa Claus. I do like those movies. I like all three of them.
Three? Isn't there more than three now?
No, there's the three, and then they made a series.
The Santa Clauses?
The series is terrible.
And then there was the Kurt Russell Goldie Hawn ones.
Oh, that was awful.
Those movies
Christmas
are
Chronicles,
so good.
Awful.
Those movies are so funny.
I have no
Not
desire
intentionally funny,
to
but
ever
they're
watch
funny.
it again. No, that was.
We should totally rack those up tonight and watch them back to back to back.
I'd rather not.
Isn't there like 3 of them now?
I think so, but there's so many actual good movies.
Family Switch is supposed to be all right. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Jennifer Garner's in it though, so we're gonna watch it because Jennifer Garner's in it.
Are you watching SmackDown tonight?
Not that I know of. Do you think they'll show that at the party?
No.
So probably not. And I mean, there's 3 hockey games on, so I have been trying to keep up with SmackDown since we're going to watch a taping of an episode of SmackDown next month. So I'm going to watch the Damage Control segment, and then we can just get our coat and go at that point because not all that concerned with the rest of the show.
Yeah, go. It's my birthday. Come to Maple Ridge and watch hockey with me. LOL.
If only it were that simple. Imagine I would just rent me out by the hour.
get THG to come watch a game with you.
There you go.
Or, household chores, that kind of thing.
Yes, we have a Christmas party we're going to tonight. What's your treadmill routine? How far do you run? How many days a week?
5 to 7 days a week. Depends on the schedule. During the regular season, it's going to be 5. Usually 750 calories worth. I'm not as worried about the distance. The distance is normally 4.5 to 5 miles, but I make sure I do 750 to 800 calories anytime I do the treadmill.
I don't. My routine's nothing like that.
You have a good routine going though.
Nothing like Shannon's. I don't run.
It's nice. It's nice. Well done.
I don't run.
You do that to me all the time. How does it feel?
No, because your legs are nice. This is all nice.
They're the same.
No.
They're the same.
I've got jiggles. You have no jiggles.
Sure I do. Look at that. Look at that shake.
Whatever.
Look at that.
Your legs are like legs of steel.
Okay, nice you're legs. Saying this in front of an internet.
Yep, they already know. They see you play hockey. They know.
Can't tell on any of those videos.
Is Vancouver Island a nice place to live?
I would imagine. I would, although I would think
you'd
with
be
Vancouver
out on Island,
it depends on where on Vancouver Island. I know there's some communities that are gorgeous.
I don't know how nice of a place it is to live. If you want to get to the mainland, you have to take the ferry, which the ferry's really fun, but that's a pain.
Yep.
And it costs a lot of money.
Yep.
But the island is beautiful. It is so pretty out there. It's really pretty out there. There's a lot to do as well.
True.
But I would know nothing about living there. You've heard of Elf on the Shelf. Have you heard of Shannon eating a salmon? No, I have never seen Shannon eat salmon.
Of salmon, and I'm supposed to be because there's a lot of salmon around here.
Shannon doesn't eat fish.
Yeah, I do. I like filet of fish and fish and chips.
True.
So halibut.
True. Yeah.
I like halibut.
And cod.
And tuna.
It depends.
Canned.
Yeah, I was like,
tuna out of the can.
It depends with you.
I would probably like regular tuna.
Tuna's good.
Because I like the flavor of tuna.
Yeah, it's good.
I like fish that doesn't really have that fishy sort of
You like the fish that doesn't taste like fish?
Right.
There you go.
I'm not a huge fan of the smell of seafood either. It kind of puts me off.
So. Who is the current best backup goalie?
See, I want to say Connor Ingram, but I don't think he's the backup anymore. If Colorado gives Prosvetov time, he could be the best. DeSmith in Vancouver's been quite good. Is Olmark or Swayman the backup in Boston? My answer is whoever isn't the starter in Boston, I guess. It's kind of a 1A, 1B situation. It's kind of nice.
Do you like sushi?
Nah, it's better if it's cooked and breaded.
That's sashimi. Is raw fish.
And breaded and put in a bun.
He likes his fish fried.
So tartar sauce is nice.
Tartar sauce does make fish better.
Yeah. I'm British, so give me the fish and chips. Fish and chips all day long.
There you go.
So
how do you honestly feel about PL's play in Los Angeles? I feel like his effort is missing. Who comes up on top this Sunday, Kings or New York?
It's going to be a tough call between the Kings and New York. Dubois has not been stellar for LA so far. Sometimes it takes a player a little longer to get used to a new team. Sometimes the systems take a while to get used to. Maybe their systems don't play to his strengths offensively, but it's interesting because he's got a long-term extension. He knows he can't get mad about anything there or else he's going to get labeled even worse about attitude and being, one that demands trades all the time. But yeah, Dubois has been underwhelming. There have definitely been games of the Kings where I review it and I think, did Dubois play tonight? And I'm not kidding. Like there's nights he's just invisible. So at the very least, I'm not writing down he coughed up the puck and the puck went in the other net.
Sticky toffee pudding? Yes, please. That sounds great.
For me, it's rice pudding. This time of year, it's rice pudding.
That's good too. How many trees do we have? How many? Well,
Christmas trees?
It depends on what you count as a Christmas tree.
So if you don't count those tiny pencil ones,
no,
then we don't have that many.
No. Okay, so we have the hockey tree, And then we have our regular tree.
This one I just got this year. So this is brand new.
Because the one last year, same amount of ornaments, but it was so crowded.
Yep. So I went with 6 foot this year.
We have our regular tree upstairs in our living room.
It's a 6 foot tree. So that shows my height right there.
Well, it's not on the ground. I have it raised up so that it's not on the ground and it's weighted at the bottom. So the cats.
I'm not on the ground either, and I'm weighted on the bottom. So,
but okay, anyways, got the hockey tree, the main tree.
Yeah.
And then I have a little one. So our main tree is actually not in our living room. It's in the bunny room because it's out the window. Because you have to have your Christmas tree at the window because then it looks pretty, right? And then I have a little one. It's like a 3 foot tree in the living room.
Yep.
And that just has blue and silver baubles on it.
Yep.
And that's it. But I think the kids have little trees in their room. I know Adelaide does.
She absolutely does, yeah.
I don't know if the boys do. The boys have trees, like little trees that can go on their desks or whatnot. Yep. I don't know if the boys have actually put theirs up.
It is festive. It is a festive home.
But we have
Ohtani. There's so much talk about Ohtani today. I don't have an answer. I kind of hope he goes to the Jays, just because if he doesn't, Jays fans are going to be very, very upset. So, kind of hoping.
Favorite or least favorite Christmas songs?
Last Christmas would be your least favorite Christmas song.
I can't stand
And Christmas
song.
Shoes.
No, and I hate Christmas Shoes. And is it called The River? Awful.
My favorite is that one. Bang Christmas bells, ring Christmas bells, sing Christmas bells, ding Christmas bells. That's my favorite. She just doesn't like that I know all the words.
Okay. Anyways, Detroit has the most 5-goal games in the league, but it seems about half of them only win by 1 goal. They seem to have a defense and goalie problem, except Alex Leon. What? Oh, okay. What's your take?
Detroit, I think, realizes they have to outscore the goaltending and defense. I don't think it's all on Husso, and Reimer's numbers have been pretty good. But I do think they have defensive breakdowns. They have odd man rushes against and just lapses. Last night against San Jose, that from 4-0 to 4-4, that was just a complete meltdown by Detroit. And that, I think, is part and parcel of a team that's learning how to win and going through the process of becoming a playoff team. But Lyon is the best of the 3 goaltenders. I won't argue with that at all at this point.
No favorite songs from your secret friend?
We heard him a lot at the last Abbotsford game we went to.
It's all the time.
It is his time
all
of
the
year.
time when it's Christmas. And every time one of his songs comes on, I tell my kids, oh, it's Michael Bublé. I know him.
It is his time of year. I would imagine that for the residuals from all the streaming for his songs being played, he probably has a really good month of December. It's probably a pretty good month for him. And then, he's got his touring as well. I think he's had a pretty good year.
Yeah. Watch the video of you guys unboxing the new jerseys. Which jersey was your favorite out of all of them?
You like Seattle.
I do like Seattle, but I really like that Winnipeg one. Yeah. I really like that Winnipeg one.
The Vegas one, I think I could see 20 years down the road, old fart hockey guy trying to explain how the Vegas one is an actual Vegas jersey. No, seriously, they wore this. I could see that being a video topic at the time.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. That's probably my least favorite Vegas jersey. Vegas has some fun jerseys, though.
Vegas has some great jerseys.
Yeah.
But I know what they were going for with the Winter Classic. It's just boring. A little boring, yeah.
It's boring.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the awesome yet absurd storyline of Undertaker versus Kane?
It got a little repetitive. By I think it was the 3rd or 4th time they met at Mania. I was like, this is too much. And so they definitely, it was a fun storyline. I still remember the first time I saw Kane come out. It was great. But that ticked me off too, though, because I felt like it ruined a really good Hell in the Cell match. So while everybody else was like freaking out and so happy, I was like, man, that ruined that Hell in a Cell match. I was the only one that felt that way. But anyways.
It's amazing for all of their issues. The Isles are 3rd in the Metro and 1 point out of 2nd. I don't think they've played their best hockey yet.
Well, no, they've only won 10 or 11 games now. They've won 11. They've lost 14. But They lost half of those in extra time. It just shows how important the point in overtime and shootouts is, how important it is to keep your games close and try to get them across the finish line at least into overtime.
My mom says, Shannon, I really like your sweater. My birthday's coming up. Her birthday is at the end of August, but
it is still coming up. Technically, it is coming up. So my birthday's coming up too, just, technically.
Did you get the Oilers Heritage jersey?
Absolutely did. I got both of the Heritages. I got those ones from Ban H Sports.
I like the Oilers.
The Oilers one is nice. It's creative. I don't mind the Calgary one either. I know the Calgary one wasn't as popular.
No, I think
it's all right.
Well. But I really like the Oilers.
Yep.
The Oilers one's nice. Great hockey Christmas tree. Thanks.
Thank you.
The ornaments took forever to make. Forever.
Well, you had to sew all the little jerseys together.
I did not. Luckily, okay, we get messages all the time. I've got so many messages on them. Okay, so here's the little, how stinking cute are these? And they're just little jerseys. And I had our 16-year-old made Barbie hangers for them. But they used to come in. Hey, Shannon, where did this hanging?
On the tree?
These used to come in Molson.
You don't remember?
Canadian
thought you remember
boxes, like the 2-4s or something, but we got them from somebody that collected them. So you'll be an official senior citizen this year, Shannon. Are you super duper duper old this year? No, I think he has a couple years till he's officially a senior citizen, right? How old? No, don't you have to be like 55 to be a senior citizen? Like for anything.
I thought it was 65.
The minimum? I know some places is 55, like stores. Right?
Okay,
Somebody else.
I'm not worrying about it.
No, I know. You're not there.
I'm
just reading the comments. Oh, see, somebody says yes, 55. See, I know stuff.
That doesn't make me happy. I don't like that at all.
He's not 55 and he's not almost 55.
I'm still not happy about that.
We need a Christmas tree shaped power ranking board. Don't you worry.
We have one.
I got that covered. I made it last year and people whined and complained and they were really rude about the really cool tree board that I made.
Yep. People were really mad. Even though at the end of it, after the tree, I had a board made up that showed all the logos on it.
People were rude about my tree. I was pretty
really
darn proud of it.
Yeah.
We do still have it. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome.
I don't plan on using it for power rankings. I'll use it for something this year, but people get too mad. They get too mad about the power rankings. It's not worth it.
Darn it.
So we'll use it for something else.
We do have one. I made it last year.
Yeah.
I was pretty proud of it. The new Whalers night jersey is now my favorite Canes jersey. Got it this week, and it's way better than the green one. Controversial, but true.
Whalers jerseys in white are very, very sharp. They really are. They're very nice. I don't know if Ben's getting that or not. He's not sure if he's getting it because he's not getting great information from Adidas right now. But hopefully he gets that, and I'll get that from him because I think it's almost sold out on the NHL site. The one thing with that is I already have a white Whalers and a CCM. If I don't get it, I don't get it. It's not the end of the world.
Love your sweaters, you wonderful people. Well, the Buffalo Sabres turned their season around with them getting healthier. Good night from Sweden.
The goaltending has to be consistent. The defensive side of the puck has to be better. And surprisingly, with the video I did the other day, seeing how their offense has not been what it was last year, a lot has to be fixed, and it has to be fixed quickly. So if they're going to make it, they have to start training in the right direction now and build on the win last night against the Bruins.
How many jerseys do you have now, approximately?
All of them.
Lot. Yes.
All of them.
A lot.
If they've worn it, I have it. If it's been made in the last 25 years, I have it. So I have it. Even like old black ice jerseys. Now they're bringing black ice back. It's like I already have black ice jerseys and black ice stuff.
It's tricky to know exactly how many we have because we've got this wall, and then we have a small rack over here that has some of his
meetup
other
jerseys that don't fit in. Then there's the entertainment guy jerseys.
Right. We've got all the European jerseys, Olympic jerseys, things like that. But then we also have like bins of jerseys that don't fit anybody in this house.
There's that.
Or we have a bunch of fakes.
There's some old Reeboks.
We have a tub of fakes that people have given us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then duplicates jerseys that have like rips or snags or something, usually that Shannon got for really, really cheap. That was the only version he could find that he later is able to replace.
Yep.
So we've never counted, but it's a lot.
And then I don't sell them because then I'd have to charge GST. I'd have to declare that as income to the government and all that. So it doesn't work for me. Just means that someday when, I've kicked it, that she's loaded. She can just sit out front in a wheelchair and just, make offers for jerseys.
Why would I be in a wheelchair?
For pity. People give you more money that way.
Shannon, do you have any KHL jerseys?
I have Jokerit. I have Jokerit. And I don't know if there's any other ones that are technically KHL. I don't think so. I think it's just the Jokerit one. And it was when they left the KHL that I got it, but it still says KHL on it.
Why did the NHL have such a crappy schedule this year?
This is just how they've designed it now. They schedule it around. First off, you've got building availability, and secondly, they schedule. I kind of theme it as being out of fear. They don't want to be up against the NBA or the NFL, and it means that you end up with this really odd schedule. But as soon as the NFL schedule is, into the playoffs, the NHL schedule starts to even out a little bit. So November is usually the worst of it.
I'll be at the Boston, Arizona game tomorrow, cheering for Boston. Should I be worried? And is this the last stream before Christmas?
Christmas?
Probably not.
Probably not, no. I don't see any reason to be worried. Boston's been kind of in a bit of a funk for a while. They did get that 3-game winning streak again, as I mentioned in the video I made on them. The Columbus game, they had to rely on a comeback, and then they beat San Jose as well. So it was a winning streak, but it wasn't against like big stellar competition. They should be able to beat Arizona. Arizona's style of play is similar to Boston's. That should be a game Boston's able to win.
Why doesn't the NHL play games on Christmas, unlike the NBA?
Because they want the players to have the time off.
It's not just the players. It's all those people that work at the arena, too. That's a lot of people that would have to work on the holiday.
The union would not be happy to have people. Like, they only get 3 days off. So, a game ends on the 23rd, and then you got to hop on a plane and you go to your family on the 24th. And then on the 26th, you're on a plane to go right back out again because the schedule starts again on the 27th. So they already don't have much of a break. If they had to play on Christmas, they don't get any break at all.
Do the Canucks lack a true second pairing? Susie and Cole Zadorov are number 5 D-men, in my opinion. Myers is 6.
Susie can be a top 4. I think that they have to, honestly, splitting up Hronek and Hughes makes the most sense because you want to have an offensive defenseman on either pair. And then, yes, they could use another guy there. This is why the Ethan Bear talk is out there, because Ethan Bear has some chemistry with Quinn Hughes. I don't know if it's going to happen, but, I mean, Bear should be signed over the next week to 10 days.
Most people don't watch a lot of TV on Christmas.
Nah.
Yeah,
I don't.
I mean, I guess people that have family.
I'll watch Doctor Who on Christmas, but that's about it.
Yeah, but we always do a live stream on Christmas.
Yeah, because we know not everybody.
We always have a live stream on Christmas.
Christmas.
We always do a live stream on Christmas.
This is true.
Always.
Yeah.
They schedule a 5-day break for all teams at Christmas.
They have the break around the All-Star game, where teams will have the 10 days then, and that's roughly a month after Christmas. So I have a feeling there's probably a lot of players that would, have their Christmas dinner, and then the real vacation and relaxing would be more towards that break there.
And with having games around Christmas, a lot of other people have time off. Kids aren't in school here. Kids have 2 weeks off. So if they weren't having games on that big group of time that more people are available, they wouldn't be taking advantage of that time.
Right.
So there is that too. Does poutine make a good pre-game meal before a meetup?
No.
Oh, before playing hockey?
No. I made the mistake of eating a bit of that poutine from Costco and then trying the treadmill. I don't recommend that at all.
Costco gives you a crazy amount of poutine, though. That is huge. Like, that's enough for 3 people.
I did. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I asked you to pick it up for me, not thinking about, once you showed it to me, I was like, holy crap. Like, you just grab it, you're like, that's like at least 3 pounds. That's a lot of food right there.
They give you a ton of food. A lot of people like your sweater.
Thank you.
Wearing bright neon hat tomorrow. Keep a lookout. You both are the gift the tree doesn't yield.
It's a nice treat.
Poutine was eaten during the War of 1812. Good.
True that. Isn't that right, homie?
I'm not homie. Oh my gosh.
You could be homie.
Gabriel called me bruh the other day. So I might have said all of the teen words. I told him that he was making me feel all the feels.
But were you vibing at all?
I told him we weren't vibing. 110%. No cap. At least I have drip.
That's pretty based. Did well there. Nice. Based.
See, I know how the youngins talk.
That's right. Darn tootin'.
But luckily, our son thinks how kids talk is ridiculous too. So.
Well, because they just squash all the words together. Squash it.
Because he does frequently do the, yeah, bro, no cap.
It's like mumbling's become a language now. Or they just talk and you're like, okay. Got it. We do that watching Love Island where we're like,
oh, sorry. Yeah, literally.
The Aussie guy.
My heart is
the Aussie guy on Love
chest,
Island
literally.
games. He talks and we're like, I don't know if
he just said.
Did what he said make sense? Nobody else looked at him funny. I guess we just don't get it because, yeah, it's weird.
The entertainment guy has gotten me into wrestling.
Good. Wrestling's a fun diversion from daily monotony and grind and all that fun stuff. I greatly appreciate the wrestling, and I'm glad that I get to take you to see the wrestling again.
It has been many years.
It has. It has been like 5 years since we went to see WWE.
Shannon, do you think Jeremy Swayman is peaking, or is this the beginning of a great career?
Swayman's a very good Swayman's a very good goaltender. I never wavered at all. When I saw Boston fans wavering on him, I thought, he's young. What are you wavering for? And now, yeah, he's a star. He's great. He's fantastic. Love the guy. And if he wins a single Vezina, I'll be over the moon. Like, that'd be great. So, yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Why are the Kraken so underwhelming, and why is not Grubauer's fault?
It's not on, like, the goaltending's part of it, but they're just not. They don't have the puck luck they did last year. Last year they were number 1 in the league at 5-on-5 scoring. That really wasn't sustainable. So now that that's come down to where people would have expected it to be last year, now it looks like they're dramatically underachieving. There's a chance they turn it around, but with every passing game, it gets more and more difficult.
Happy Yuletide from Norway. Love you guys. As for question, what do you think is the solution for Red Wings goalie situation? Put Reimer up for sale or waivers, make Lions starter, or change nothing?
I don't think they're in a rush to change anything shortly, but I would think that Husso might end up on the block before the deadline. Of the 3 goaltenders, Husso's the one that I think has been the shakiest. He's allowed 3 or more goals. I think it's his last 14 starts at home. It's a record. So that's a problem. That's problematic. Lyon's been good. Reimer's been good. You need to make the playoffs this year if you have the chance. Husso probably gets traded at the deadline.
The Isles won't trade him, but hypothetically, somebody like
Varlamov. That's Varlamov.
Yeah, okay. Could get them a huge return given some teams with dire goalie situations, Carolina and Edmonton.
The one thing with Varlamov is that Sorokin has not played as well as he has so far this year. Now, Sorokin can, but he's been inconsistent. So I would think if the Islanders wanted to even consider moving Varlamov, they have to consider the play of Sorokin and what that would do to their playoff chances if they trade Varlamov right now.
Do you still do the Paul Heyman Brock Besser every time he scores? Is your throat sore? He does. He totally does.
Brock Besser.
If I'm not at home, he will text me him saying,
or voice
he'll do the little voice text.
Yeah. Yeah. And I won't give any context, nothing. Yeah. I will just say that and end it there. So she could be in like some, terrible situation and she gets a text, thinks, oh, this is my lifeline. And it's just me going, Brock Besser. And then that's it. And then her phone dies. She's like, I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere. And that's what drained the rest of my battery. I hate him. Why did I marry such a dingus?
Gambling sites taking over NHL concerning?
It is for me. I know it's not for a lot of other people. I have a lot of concern about not just the amount of gambling advertising, but just how mainstream it is now to talk about all that. And I never cared, and I still don't care about the odds. I don't care. So during a game, when it's 15, 16, 20 times, we're talking about how the odds have changed, and now here's what the odds are. Here's what I don't care. I'm watching the game. I don't need an odds maker to tell me that the team that's behind 4-0 is losing. But they're like, oh, now the odds are plus 6,000 on this. Well, yeah, because I'm watching the game. Can you stop it?
I don't like it. No. But I don't like gambling. And I really don't like how incredibly easy it's making it, because you don't have to go somewhere else to do it.
Just install an app on your phone, give them your credit card.
Sitting there right there on your phone, and that commercial where there's somebody doing gambling while they're doing the laundry, and that why is that a good thing? Yeah. To me, that seems like a horrible thing. We don't need to make that easier, but
just imagine if it was a drinking commercial. You can drink everywhere now. Everywhere, no matter what you're doing, have a beer. No matter where you are, have a beer. We have a word for that.
I can just imagine that gambling apps and the ease of gambling apps has made people's lives really difficult.
Yeah. Because there are people who make money on it, and the people who make money on it are the ones that, get the deals and the sponsorship, and so it's never going to happen here. I know there's advertisements on the channel that are gambling related. However, you're never going to hear me endorsing or pushing or talking about odds. This is why during previews, I don't talk about here's who I think is going to win every game, because the last thing I need is somebody emailing me and saying, so, my kid or my husband or my daughter, my sister, whoever is picking based on your teams and we don't have rent this month. So why are you encouraging this? So, yeah, I just stay right out of it.
Should Detroit ride Lyon and Reimer for now?
Reimer's on an expiring deal. He's older than Husso. I think, honestly, going with Lyon and Reimer makes a lot of sense. They are the better of the three goaltenders. I think they're trying to get Husso going while they're still, the record's good. And Husso's win-loss record's been okay. But, yeah, I do think for Detroit, Reimer and Lyon are the best of the three.
Obviously, gambling sites are making a ton of money.
Yeah, and they haven't been. They were spending more on advertising than they were bringing in. But because they could see their income is exponential, they know they're going to be making money. So this year, it's going to be another record year for gambling income.
Would you do a career video on Mike Sillinger?
I've done a career video on Mike Sillinger. The 12-team career, it's in the journeyman playlist because he's the ultimate journeyman, having played for 12 different teams. And I'm looking forward to seeing if Brassard decides to come back and play for an 11th team. And if he doesn't, if he actually officially retires, I could do a career video on Derek Brassard, and it'll look almost as colorful as the Sillinger video.
Mrs. Hockey Guy, please get him to talk about the Winnipeg Jets and how they are doing.
She missed it last night.
I know.
She missed like the best game I think I've seen Winnipeg play.
Always. It's always the games that I really want to watch. Days that I have to drive my kids places.
It's the third period in Denver, and they controlled that third period. I never got the feeling the Avalanche were really threatening to tie the game.
So and then they got the empty netter. The stats on my phone.
So Connor had 2 goals, so he stays in the hunt for the number 1 spot in the league in goal scoring. And They looked fantastic.
Yeah, they always play their games that I really want to watch on days that I have to be taxi.
Tuesday or Thursday.
Because I'm a mom, and that means I get to be taxi.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
We are going to a Christmas party today, but it's not even 4:00 here yet, so that's later. Don't you worry.
Yep.
Career video on Darren McCarty.
At some point, I can get into. I know I've done videos on some of the enforcers / tougher players. I can do one on McCarty at some point.
Oh, my mom was asking about my dress. Okay, it's A Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, I can kind of see it. Nightmare Before Christmas. Nightmare Before Christmas. Like pastel version.
Mm-hmm. I'm just checking out your dress. Checking out your dress. Not bad.
With a sweater over it because I'm always freezing. But it's Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's okay. I sleep hot, so.
Yeah, you do. I don't. I'm always cold.
I can like, she can be in the bed for like an hour. I just get into bed. She's like, you're so warm. I don't know how, other than she retains no heat whatsoever. None.
Oh, you guys are so guessing wrong. You seem so young compared to Shannon. Are you calling Shannon old?
You are younger.
How does a 29-year-old have a 16-year-old? My other one just turned 19. Yeah, Malachi turned 19 2 weeks ago.
She doesn't look her age, though.
I am.
It's aggravating.
Definitely not 29. I am plenty older. Is it Michael Bublé's party? Do you think Mike has time to do a Christmas party right now? I'm sure he would love to, but he is a very, very busy man this time of year. Yeah. I
guess I could invite him to a Christmas party, but he's allergic to cats.
I know.
So his allergy to cats is why you haven't seen him in a video.
It's a female thing, sharing an office with women, blasting the heater as hell. I have my space heater pointed right at me, right next to me in my sewing room.
The only reason I have the heater on right now is because she's in here. I don't need the heater right now. I am warm. Yeah, your hands are definitely cold.
Yeah, I'm always really
I'm fine.
Cold.
And the fact that I just did the treadmill means I'm still.
He's nice and toasty.
Yeah. I radiate heat for about an hour after that.
He is my personal heater. It's pretty nice.
I think that's why she decided to marry me, was
it could be
body heat. I think that's what it was.
It's pretty handy.
And then she had to, measure out how much time during the day she wanted to punch me. And if it's a certain percentage of the day or higher, then the answer is no. I'm thinking like 3% or higher, then it's done.
I've been married before, and they were not used as a personal heater. So just saying.
Not my fault they didn't retain heat like I do.
Nor did I want to touch them to warm up my hands. So, there's that too.
I don't know where to go with that. So I'm just gonna
I have the warm genetics, and Yvonne and Auntie Colleen have the cold genetics. That's right. That's true.
I even gave her gloves. She won't wear the gloves.
I wear the gloves.
I've given her hand warmers. I've given her gloves.
Whatever.
I've given her.
I use those things all the time.
Scarves.
Not toques. I don't wear toques.
I've given her everything to keep her warm, and she doesn't wear them around the house.
Not in the house.
But if you're cold, that's what they're for. Is for when you're cold.
Heaters. So if
you're cold, stick them on your hands. Put your hands into the mitts and wear the mitts, and it'll warm your hands up. So that way you don't touch me and make me feel like my skeleton is going to jump out through my skin.
Shannon got me a blanket too. I have a really fluffy blanket on the bed.
There's all kinds of blankets. There's everything.
He got me one of those like big old blanket hoodies too. Yep, he gets me all the fluffy stuff because I'm always freezing.
I got you a bunch of onesies. You have onesies up the yin yang. You're set.
Onesies? What are you talking about? What? You got me the narwhal one.
Yeah, I've got you a bunch of other onesies too.
No.
Yep. So I think Marcus Pettersson's underrated. Yeah, I would say so. Pittsburgh's defense, I think he gets overshadowed by Letang. Now, of course, he'd be overshadowed by Carlson. I think Pettersson's a good defenseman.
Do you think the Flyers are playing good right now? Can they beat Colorado tomorrow?
They can. They're going to need to outwork them. They're going to need to outwork them. They're going to need to show that same workmanlike effort they did last night against Arizona. I'm proud of Philly right now. This is the best they've looked since before the 2020 pause. So fingers crossed that they can keep it up.
Do you watch any ECHL?
I don't have access to ECHL games, and then I don't have time to watch the ECHL either. I keep track of how some teams are doing, but I don't watch ECHL in general.
Hey, Shannon, I turn 40 next Monday. What advice can you give me?
You're going to feel exactly the same as you did at 39. Don't go out drinking to celebrate would be my first advice. I did that for my 30th birthday. I haven't been drinking since. That was a long time ago, and it was not a great night. And just, 40's kind of fun. It's kind of a fun age. Because you're not old, but you're not young either. So you're just kind of in the middle. You're still in that demographic, though, that they want to advertise to. I'm not anymore. I'm not in the 18 to 49 anymore. I'm out. I'm done. They don't advertise to me at all anymore. Now all I get is advertisements for Viagra and Depends. They don't care about anything else. That's all I get.
Balding stuff.
Yep. You going bald? You having any trouble with the ladies? Okay. How about your bladder? We got nothing else for you. You're an old man. That's all that we care about.
How much will Ohtani get by the Jays?
Well, if he goes to Toronto, it's going to be a ton of money. Like, it's going to be an absolutely ridiculous amount of money. Ohtani is a special talent. He is a once-in-a-generation type player, and if the Jays are going to pry him out of California, it's going to take a lot of money. They're going to have to offer more than what the Dodgers are offering.
I hope you get to go to a Jets game soon. Oh, I don't. Winnipeg Jets fan here.
She's been to a Jets game.
And B, go Jets, go.
Not in Winnipeg, but here.
I have this year and last year, all the Jets games are on Saturday. When they come over here, they're on Saturdays, and we can't go to Saturday games.
I think next season I should get you tickets to a couple of Canucks games I can't go to in Vancouver, just so you can take Gabriel or
take kids.
Yeah,
that could be kind of fun too.
Yeah. You shouldn't have to miss out on all the fun just because I can't go.
I haven't gone to a Jets game for quite a
Besides,
few years.
It'd be trippy if I watched a game on TV and I saw my wife in the crowd. That'd be weird.
I wouldn't be on the camera. I think the last one.
I'd make sure you're on the camera. I'd check the section and.
Wasn't the last Jets game I went to the one that Laine scored a lot?
4.
That was great. That was so much fun.
I don't know that was fun for me.
It was super fun.
That was much fun for me.
I was wearing my Jets jersey. That was so fun.
I was wearing my Canucks and watching them just play terrible hockey. So that was much fun for me.
What website do you buy tickets from?
I get them through Ticketmaster. I know that Ticketmaster right now, there's lawsuits and everything. I'm not a huge fan of Ticketmaster either. The way that they do the pricing now, I think is not the most ethical. The idea of the demand drives up the price. That's not how that's supposed to work. The price should be set. But at any rate, I go through Ticketmaster unless they're not offered there. But all hockey tickets go through Ticketmaster. But like there's shows we've gone to where I get tickets from other websites, but just for shows.
I've seen you at Abbey Canuck game versus Laval and Colorado when Podkolzin got injured. Oh, that was awful.
That was a rough night.
That was awful. That was really close to where we were sitting.
The Laval game was fun. And then I knew Abbotsford would have a better game in the second game. Because I told her that. I said they're the better team than Laval. The second game will be better for them than the first. And there it was.
Abbotsford does frequently do better on their second game.
They're a good team. They play really well. They play as a team. And the same systems that exist in Vancouver exist in Alberta or in Abbotsford, and it works.
What is going on over there? Then our oldest at home got to play with a few of the Abbotsford Canuck players at his Special Olympics. This week he was so excited. He had so much fun. Have you noticed he's wearing this Canuck sweatshirt since then? And that made him all super into the Canucks now. He had so much fun, and those are his friends now. They want him to tell him when he's at the game, so he thinks it's awesome. Do you think Carolina will make Brett Pesce available? If so, what will it cost the Leafs to get him?
Pesce, I would think for Carolina, it has to be either a forward that's going to help their attack, so adding forward depth in exchange for Pesce. It might take a first. It might take a first and a prospect if they decide to get futures for him, but it's not going to be cheap. Pesce's a very good defenseman. He's not having a great year, though, which could drive the asking price down, but there's not that many defensemen available, and there's a lot of teams looking, so I don't think the price is going to go down that much.
Should the season start on Canadian Thanksgiving and be a big event with all teams playing versus a random weekday with 4 games? Also, video on Sammy Salo, video on your 4-year out future predictions.
I don't like predicting that far out. I think the start time I've always wanted for the NHL season is like 3rd week of September. I honestly would love to see the NHL season about 3 weeks earlier in its start time than what it is now, so that we get the Stanley Cup awarded around the 1st of June. That makes a lot more sense than awarding the Stanley Cup around the middle of June or even awarding it in late May. I'm old enough to remember when it was in late May. I remember the first time it was in June. It felt weird. I'm surprised they haven't pushed forward the start date of the season to late September. I'm not sure why they don't. I think it'd make a lot more sense than where they have it now. But yeah, I think they should make a big deal of it and have it earlier than what they have it now.
Hey guys, how are things? Just wanted to stop by and thank you for the hard work. Keep it up. Shout out to Adam Fantilli.
Oh, Fantilli had a great night last night, and thank you very much. I do my best.
Did you see on Twitter that Abby Canucks brought an R2D2 droid to me, Atu? I saw that and I couldn't tell if it was real or if it was one of those, like in the video, like they do in Disneyland.
No, I'm pretty sure it's R2.
But that was funny.
There's a replica of R2.
Yeah, because it's Star Wars night on Saturday.
Yep.
Which my boys are super excited about.
Yep.
An entertainment guy should do top 10 Christmas movies.
We've talked about Christmas movies on the THG channel before.
That's been so long ago.
Only 3 years. 4 years. 4 years?
Didn't we live at the co-op when we did that one?
No, because we did the one where we talked about all the movies we've watched. We watched tons of Christmas movies that one year.
That. Yeah. Yeah, we did. That was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So yeah.
3 years ago. Yeah.
Is Celebrini as good as Bedard?
Nope, but nobody's as good as Bedard in terms of prospect. Bedard was seen as the best prospect since McDavid. So,
is Shannon's sweater from the Disney site? I don't think so. He got those quite a few years ago.
I don't think it was from Disney. I think
it has to be like Amazon. 3 or 4 years ago that he found those.
Saw somebody asking if Watson should have been suspended instead of fined. My answer to that would be no. I think what Watson did was reckless, but I didn't think there was intent to injure there. So at the end of the game, he was PO'd because Tampa lost 5-1. So you know how they just blast the puck at the end of the horn? Yeah, he blasted it right directly at a player. So yeah, he hit Lauzon and Lauzon went down in a heap, and yeah, it was dumb. So the NHL fined him just as kind of a don't do that again. But it was a reckless play. I didn't see it as him like headhunting Lauzon or anything.
Do the Cats ever attack the Rabbits? Nah, the Rabbits would win.
What happens is the
Rabbits would win.
Maple was over here play fighting with me. Maple plays with her sister, and the Rabbits in here go out and tell them to knock it off. Rabbits have long claws. They have sharp teeth as well. And what Cinnabon does is she'll jump up and use her claws. She'll kind of smack them.
Kind of like they're digging.
So she smacks them. Bear was in here playing with one of those catnip fish. She went over and kept putting her away from it. Eventually, Bear was just sitting there just looking at the fish and looking down. I can't play with that. The rabbit said no. So like I felt bad. So I was trying to get Bear to play with it. And I was like, Cinnabon, she's allowed. And Cinnabon kept just doing that shake she does and running over and stop it. Don't do that. Knock it off. So they can't even play with toys in here. Cinnabon says no.
The Rabbits are definitely in charge, and they would win any fight. So no, the Cats don't even try.
Nope.
I come from a totally different culture, but I have to question you about a feeling I have sometimes about North American leagues. Do you think 82 games is too much sometimes?
I mean, from a perspective of, following it day by day, yeah, 82 games is a lot. However, the increase in the number of games is due to revenues, and the NHL likes their money. And so, if you went with a 48 game schedule, well, the NHL is not going to make less money, so they would increase the price of tickets by a lot. It is a lot. I don't see that ever changing. In fact, there's been talk of the NHL going to an 84 game schedule to come up with a balanced schedule. Well, if you add more teams, how does that work? Like, I don't know, but the NHL schedule's a long schedule.
I got to meet all the Abbotsford Canucks at their training camp in Chilliwack.
Nice.
Very fun. I tuned in late and I needed to hear Yvonne say y'all.
She says it all the time.
I don't. I only say when I read it. It's not a thing.
Yeah, your Idaho upbringing is why you talk like that.
It's not a thing.
Why is this acting like it just got plugged in?
Do the cats ever sharpen their claws on your jersey collection? No.
That wouldn't sharpen their claws either. Can you
see? Not the white, but the white is fencing. But you can see it on the other side of the street. There's actually fencing around the jerseys.
Yeah. And it would be lousy for that.
Climb in the jerseys.
Yeah, it would be. They can't sharpen their claws on it. That's what the scratchers. That's what furniture's for. They use furniture for that. It's not the right.
They do not use furniture for that. They have cat trees.
But they can.
Cat trees with scratches.
I'm just saying, Shadow's been known to sometimes, use the side of a couch or
but he
the stairs.
Really doesn't. Yeah, there's a spot on the stairs that he's tried to scratch. Yeah. No, we don't really have too much trouble with any of our animals destroying stuff, but we really stay on top of it. So, could you do a video of your studio?
I can. I don't know how disappointed people would be in that video at the end of it, but I absolutely can.
We're kind of in the middle of trying to figure out different arrangement, though.
Oh, absolutely.
We've moved some stuff, so we've got, you know how when you're rearranging, how it makes it messier, and you have like the piles? We've got like a stack while we're trying to rearrange, and we've rearranged over there where Shannon takes the notes and everything. We've reorganized the magnets and such.
Rearranged.
Yeah, but right now it's kind of messy.
It'll get there. It's a magic room, so if I leave it alone long enough, it'll fix itself. So that's how that works. It's kind of nice.
It's not magic. He has a wife that cleans up all the time.
I just heard I have a wife that loves me, so that's the way I heard it.
Granny glasses. I don't wear granny glasses.
No, I wouldn't say those are granny glasses. My grandmother didn't have glasses like that.
Do geeky jerseys bring back older jerseys they sold, like the one you have with the Tusken Raiders from Star Wars?
Oh, see, so, all right, I'll come back over. Just give me a second. I just had to set that up. As games are starting, so I have to make sure the board's set up, even though there's only the 3 games. Geeky Jerseys has brought jerseys back by popular demand. So there is the option to fill out a demand form, and then they'll email you if it becomes available. Usually the ones that come back are the ones that are really popular and sell out early. The Tusken Raiders one was not as popular, so I don't know if that one comes back. And so I might be the only holder of an Aurora jersey, which I'm so proud of. I'm so happy.
He was pretty happy with himself.
That it's Aurora?
Yeah.
Because that was the name.
When you ordered
that's the name of the Tusken Raider that attacks Luke Skywalker and has his staff in the air. Is Aurora. So I was like, oh, that's the best name ever. So I was so happy I got it. And they even had all the apostrophes in it. That's what made it great.
No, Christmas party is not till later, so we're good.
Yeah.
It's definitely not at
But the games are on, so I'm going to have to go pretty quickly here.
Who makes a hat with the NHL logo on it? Oh, it's the original 6. but
it's the 47 site usually has NHL jerseys. I ordered through 47. I just have 2 NHL hats. I don't need more hats with NHL logos on the front.
No.
So I just have the 2.
I like it. It's phonetic. What makes a good goaltending prospect? What are teams looking for when they draft goalies?
6'5", athletic. They want a goaltender who's about 6'5", and athletic. A goalie who has really good motion, reflexes, and one who's capable of covering all 4 corners of the net relatively well. If there's a weakness in their game, it's going to hurt it. Some of them may be weaker to the high shots or the low shots, but the reflexes, the athleticism will maybe make up for that. But big, tall, athletic, those are the things.
You need more jerseys. I feel like there aren't enough in your background. I think he's good.
I think I'm good.
Does Edmonton need a new goalie coach?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, Skinner's game has gotten better. I'm not going to say they don't need a new goalie coach, but right now the goaltending has been trending in the right direction for them. So things are pretty good in Edmonton right now when it comes to Skinner. Campbell should be back up soon, and Campbell's play's been better in Bakersfield lately. So,
what's wrong with Carolina?
Goaltending and defense, and it's both. It's not just the goaltending. It's easy to get mad at the goaltenders, but their defense, their breakdowns, the 2-on-1s and 3-on-2s against everything. It's just very, very not Carolina hockey that we've been seeing.
Have you been a goalie, Shannon? Because you're super tall.
I used to play goaltender when I played when I was like 14, 15 for street hockey, but that was just with buddies of mine and friends and everything, and with the no slap shot rule kind of thing. In terms of actually playing goal, I've never really been a big fan of the idea of trying to block it. I'm more likely to just step aside and go, yeah, if you want to shoot it at 80 miles an hour, here's the net, be my guest. I'm going to stand out of the way.
Gritty is oddly staring at us from the background.
He does that. I think he's planning on dive bombing the dragon.
The Canucks dragon. Mm-hmm. Let's get greetings from Victoria. My son is a huge fan. We enjoy your coverage of games. We watch them as he's getting ready for school. Merry Christmas. Thanks for the videos.
Merry Christmas and thank you.
You need to be a special kind of crazy to be a goalie.
Yep. That's part of the reason I think why goalies are known for being kind of eccentric and odd. You kind of have to be to take that position and ride that out to the NHL level. Like, I have no interest, really.
Yvonne's close to 6 foot. I am very close to 6
She is. The 6 foot tree's right here. She can reach out and touch it. She is close to 6 foot.
I don't need a stool to decorate my Christmas tree at all.
I didn't make mocking jokes while you were trying to jump up and grab something off the top shelf earlier.
Totally did. Okay, as short people know, sometimes you have to climb on the kitchen counter to get things out of the cupboard. I'm very creative.
I'm pretty good at being able to climb up, and I was offering to help you.
My Christmas mug, so it was at the top of the cupboard. I know exactly how you would help, and it would not help.
Sure I would. I'd boost you up there.
Right. That's what we'll call it. Boosting me up.
I'll boost you up there.
Right.
I promise I'll keep it G-rated.
Right.
You a happy kitty, Shadow? Are you a happy kitty?
Merry Christmas to both of you.
Merry Christmas.
What if Seattle loses 7 in a row?
Well, they're 1 game away from it. I don't know if there's any desire to make a change at the coaching level. I don't know if they're going to make any changes via trade, but they have to figure something out because it's just not working.
What do Canadians eat for Christmas? It depends on
pretty similar to Americans on Christmas.
Not quite. It depends on what part of Canada you're from. I always make tutsia, which is from Quebec.
It's tutory.
It's not tutory, and I know that is a very popular dinner for Christmas, but we do a lot of the same things that Americans do with a turkey or a ham, though Canadians are a bit more British in their holiday food. But yeah, Tutsia is pretty popular over in Quebec, which is a meat pie. It's pork and ground beef pie, and it's really, really good.
And it's for
and I always
tutoring.
Make them. Canada Christmas meal is moose steak with poutine. There you go.
Moose stuffed with poutine.
There you go. And I'll make a yummy fruit cake because I love fruit cake. And sometimes I make little mincemeat tarts because yum. And all the gingerbread because that's great too. All the stuff with the same spices. I wish poutine was bigger in the States.
That's where you go.
Poutine's sad.
All right.
With all the cap space Boston has available in the off season, who do you see them going for in the free agent market?
It's way too early to speculate on who's going to be going where for the free agent market because that's in July. We don't know for sure what the cap's going to look like. Boston has to re-up Swayman as well, and they have to make other additions and other decisions on who they're going to re-sign. A lot of it is an impressive looking group of UFAs, but a lot of them are going to get signed between now and then.
We are an hour from Vancouver if there's no traffic.
Yep.
Unlike most big cities, that's very rare. There's no traffic.
All right.
So usually an hour and a half to 2 hours from Vancouver.
I do need to get going. Hockey's got started. We need to be ready to go tonight as well. So there's that. But thank you guys for coming out. I will be talking to you guys again soon, of course, because I'm going to have to review these games when they're done. But thank you guys so much for coming out, and we will do this again soon. I promise.